It's getting crazier out there by the day, and it's horrible that those charged to protect us are now the ones we should be wary of. The emerging pattern of violence against women by the police is mind-blowing. In the clips we have today, this targeted violence, if you ask me, is insane that the police would cross the line to this extent. I'm talking about a police officer slamming a female student, and even one arresting a 6-year-old. These cases are dark, and we're about to let you in on all that happened. Let's start with one of the most heartbreaking cases, in none other than Orlando, Florida. What started as a regular sunny morning on September 19, 2019, became the setting for something much darker.
With hurricanes,
Yeah.
the desert goes.
Okay, she's gonna have to come with us now.
Okay, Kai, you
Stand
gotta
up.
go with them, baby girl.
Stand up.
Officer Dennis Turner, a school resource officer, walked into Lucius and Emma Nixon Academy. Shockingly enough, he was there to arrest Kaya Roll, a 6-year-old girl. Yes, you heard that right. A child in kindergarten. Her crime? A temper tantrum. Temper tantrums are something that every parent has seen a child do. But this tantrum led to her being zip-tied, sobbing, and begging for a second chance.
I don't want to go to the police car.
You don't want to?
No, please.
You have to.
No, please. Give me a second chance.
The level of inhumanity that was expressed by this officer is definitely something to write home about. Even amidst the sobs and tears of Kaya Roll, he still slapped her in cuffs and dragged her to the police car. Kaya's grandmother would later explain that Kaya had a medical condition causing sleep deprivation, which led to her acting out.
Please let me go. No, help me.
Okay.
Please, no.
Appreciate it.
Instead of understanding, compassion, or even conversation, Officer Turner escalated the situation to an unimaginable level, an arrest.
And then,
Are like the restraints, are they necessary?
yes. And if she was bigger, she would have been wearing regular handcuffs. But the youngest I've ever arrested was 7. And he was stealing out of Albertsons and thought.
Officer Turner went on to brag to the staff at the school that Kaya was the youngest he had ever arrested, trying to normalize the scene even though the staff felt very uncomfortable about it. Kaya was taken to a juvenile processing center, fingerprinted, and had her mugshot taken. The charges were eventually dropped and her record was nixed, but the trauma and the way she felt at that very moment would never go away. If you think that was a rare occurrence, think again. At Summerville, South Carolina, another shocking incident happened right in front of the local Walmart store. But this time it wasn't a 6-year-old, it was a 13-year-old boy, yet another child subjected to unnecessary force. On April 1st, 2024, Sergeant Catherine Kirkland and her partner responded to complaints about people selling palmetto roses near the store entrance. They approached 2 teens, including a 13-year-old boy. When he refused to identify himself, the situation spiraled out of control. Officers tried to detain him, and what happened next was both disturbing and unnecessary. The boy, unarmed and scared, was threatened to be tased, thrown to the ground, and handcuffed. His crime? Selling roses without a license. Although a lot of people might argue that he was trespassing and the officers were just doing their job, the truth is that there were way better ways to handle the situation rather than escalating it to this level. And let's all keep in mind here that this was an unarmed teenager violently attacked and restrained by two adults. He was charged with assaulting an officer for punching Sergeant Catherine in the eye at some point during the altercation. But the question that remains is, was this really about enforcing the law, or was it about showing power? The boy was released to his parents, but this clearly shows how a simple misunderstanding can escalate to the higher levels of violence. Let's now turn our attention to another school, another child, and yet another case of police brutality. This time we're in South Carolina at Spring Valley High School. October 26, 2015, a day that none of the students in class would ever forget after witnessing such a violent act. Meet Officer Ben Fields, a hulking figure towering over the students. His presence alone was intimidating, but on that day he took things too far. A young black student sitting quietly at her desk became the target of Fields' unprovoked aggression. Why? Because she refused to put her phone away. Fields violently yanked the student from her desk, flipping the desk over with her in it, and slammed her to the ground. All the while, the classroom was filled with shocked and terrified students, witnessing this brutality.
Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
There's nobody getting this shit on Snapchat.
Hey.
But Fields didn't stop there. He dragged her across the floor, handcuffed her, and arrested her. Undoubtedly, she suffered physical injuries, but the psychological impact on her and her classmates was far more severe. You probably thought our earlier story about a 6-year-old being arrested was the youngest arrest. But here we have police officers at Montgomery County arresting a 5-year-old boy. What could this kid have done to be treated in such a manner, you may ask? In January 2020, Montgomery County police officers got called in because a student, a 5-year-old student, left school and was wandering the streets. Now, in a situation like this, you would expect the members of the police force to act in an exemplary and compassionate way. But that wasn't the case here.
Oh, man. What are you doing?
Avenue George 14, 733 Solar.
What are you doing? Huh? I tell you what.
Rather, the Montgomery police officers proceeded to yell at said child and use force to take him back to his school. In no way did they try to establish a connection with the 5-year-old student to make the encounter positive.
How old are you? How old are you?
5.
5. You feel like you can make your own decisions? Huh? You feel like you can do what you want? Are you an adult? Are you 18?
In no situation should an adult scream at the top of their lungs just inches from a child's face, no matter the reason. It seems these officers care less about all that.
Now. I'm not asking. Get in the car.
I'm going with you. Let's go.
Oh, we're gonna have problems. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
They howled threats and yelled at the 5-year-old child with zero tolerance or sympathy as to why the child was behaving that way. Even adults, if found in a similar situation like that, would be left scarred for their life, let alone a 5-year-old.
Hope your mama let me be. I'm gonna wait out.
This level of unprofessionalism is appalling to watch, really. The police officers and the school administration failed this 5-year-old student that day, and it was quite sad that children were treated that way in an environment and surrounded by people they should otherwise feel safe around.
They're gonna get on and see.
Ain't nobody listening.
These are not cases in isolation. They're a growing concern across the country. It appears that women and children are now receiving the raw end of brutal force from the police. Looking at the world today, one wonders how society that is supposed to protect vulnerable persons is the one that ends up abusing these persons. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We hope this video will help people, so please share and let others know that people are ready for change.